teen mom Maci Bookout proudly supports Amber Portwood. Hello guys, I am Georgia. To you, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for latest news updates. Teen mom star Maci Bookout is proudly supporting her former co-star, Amber Portwood. Amber has slammed the hit EMTV reality series and wanted to ensure it was canceled. So, why does Maci have such an allegiance to her? For further details, it has been a long journey for teen mom stars Maci Bookout and Amber Portwood. They both began on 16 and pregnant when they were expectant teens. Amber gave birth to her daughter, Leah, while Maci had her son, Bentley. They both split from their baby daddies and moved on with their lives. Maci found Taylor McKinney and went on to have 2 more children. She is just now successfully co-parenting with Bentley's father, Ryan Edwards, but Amber has struggled for a very long time. The 34-year-old had a string of bad romances, mental health, and legal problems, and ended up having a second child. Unfortunately, she lost custody of him and has made very little effort to be in her daughter, Leah's life. It has gotten so bad that Leah wants to be adopted by her stepmother, Christina. Recently, Amber started going on live streams and became extremely unhinged. She claimed she was getting Teen Mom canceled and had quit the series. Yet, through all of her rudeness and outbursts, she still has the support of Maci. Maci spoke to show Alan Kylan Lowry on her Barely Famous podcast about how she will always care for Amber, no matter what happens. Admittedly, Maci Bookout and co-star Caitlin Lowell have caught immense heat for standing by Amber Portwood. Yet, they do not care about the hate that is aimed at them. Anyone's opinion on the type of friend I am or how I show up for my friend doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to stop caring and showing up for anyone that I love because you disagree with it. Maci has been by Amber's side throughout her legal battles, even joining her in court. Furthermore, she made sure she was okay after Amber's ex-fiancé, Gary Waite, went missing and then broke up with her. She's having a rough go of it this year. She's doing the best she can. There is a lot going on, and honestly, it's not really my place to say all the things, but she's had a rough go of it. After Maci Bookout recorded the Barely Famous podcast, Amber Portwood lashed out at her and Caitlin Lowell. She flipped them off and even admitted that her teen mom co-stars were mad at her for her behavior. Amber has since apologized, but they are still hurt by her actions. So, where Amber and Maci stand now seems to be up in the air. However, in her talk with Kylan Lowry, Maci made it clear that she, Caitlin, and Amber always check in with each other. I think that's one of the things that is almost never shown. Between the 3 of us, me, Kate, and Amber, we will always be there for each other and support each other. But we are also the first people to check each other and be like, hey, you have to do something about this, or hey, that's not all right. Like, what are we doing? Come on! Currently, the fate of Teen Mom is up in the air, per Corey Wharton. He explained that the cast has no idea if there will be another season, so it is just a waiting game. Do you understand why Maci is standing by Amber, or should she let that friendship go? Let us know in the comments below. Teen Mom's Farrah Abraham opens up about her career. Farrah Abraham's name has become almost synonymous with reality television drama, but behind the headlines and controversies is a complex, ambitious, and often misunderstood woman. First introduced to the world in MTV's 16 and Pregnant in 2009, Farrah quickly became a polarizing figure on its spin-off Teen Mom, which chronicled the lives of young mothers navigating parenthood, relationships, and personal growth under the glare of the public eye. Now, years removed from the franchise that launched her into the spotlight, Farrah is telling her own story, her own way. Her journey has been anything but conventional. From reality TV stardom to ventures in writing, adult entertainment, entrepreneurship, and even mental health advocacy, Farah's career path has been unfiltered and, at times, controversial. Yet, her story is also one of resilience, reinvention, and unapologetic self-expression. Farah's early life laid the groundwork for the highs and lows she would later face in the public eye. Raised in Council Bluffs, Iowa, Farah was just a high school cheerleader when her life took a sharp turn. She found out she was pregnant at 16. The father of her daughter, Derek Underwood, tragically died in a car accident while she was still pregnant, leaving Farah to face single motherhood with grief, uncertainty, and cameras rolling. The reality series portrayed Farah's struggles with her family, particularly her often tumultuous relationship with her mother, Deborah. Despite the emotional turbulence and criticism that came her way, Farah stood out on the show as someone determined to carve her own path. Whether viewers admired or judged her, they couldn't ignore her. She became one of the most recognizable faces of the Teen Mom franchise. As the years went on, Farah's presence on reality TV extended beyond Teen Mom. She appeared on various programs, including Couples Therapy, Celebrity Big Brother, and Marriage Boot Camp. Each show gave audiences a different lens through which to view her, but all added layers to the enigma that is Farrah Abraham. For Farah, being on television was more than just fame. It was a stepping stone to building her brand. She saw an opportunity not just to survive, but to thrive. In her own words, TV gave me the platform to show who I was, but it also gave me the tools to become who I wanted to be. One of Farah's earliest ventures outside reality TV was writing. Her debut memoir, My Teenage Dream Ended, became a New York Times bestseller. The book was a raw, emotional account of her experiences as a teen mom, her loss, and her growth. It surprised critics who expected little depth from the reality star. The memoir's success also highlighted something many had overlooked: Farah's ability to take control of her narrative. Farah continued to pursue creative and entrepreneurial projects. She launched a line of pasta sauces, released music, and even opened a frozen yogurt shop. While some projects were more successful than others, they demonstrated her willingness to try new things, to learn, and to keep evolving. Yet, perhaps the most controversial chapter of her career came when she entered the adult entertainment industry. Her participation in adult films and web content drew widespread criticism and, at times, condemnation. Farah's decision alienated her from parts of her fan base and eventually led to her departure from Teen Mom OG, a movie MTV attributed to her choices and career path conflicting with the network's brand. But Farah refused to be shamed. "I made a choice to support myself and my daughter," she said. "I wasn't going to let anyone dictate how I should make a living. No one walks in my shoes. No one knows what it takes to survive this industry, especially when you're a single mom." Her defiance was a message to critics and fans alike. Farrah Abraham was not here to play by traditional rules. She took control of her brand in a way few reality stars have. She wasn't just the girl from Teen Mom anymore. She was a businesswoman. She launched an online store, began investing in real estate, and even dabbled in tech startups. She positioned herself as an influencer before the term became as ubiquitous as it is today. Farah's relationship with fame is complicated. She's been scrutinized for her parenting choices, her plastic surgery, her dating life, and even her public outbursts. Social media, especially, has been a double-edged sword, allowing her to connect directly with fans, but also exposing her to relentless criticism. Still, she uses her platform to speak candidly about mental health, trauma, and healing. She has publicly shared her struggles with PSD, depression, and the ongoing emotional toll of losing Derek. In recent years, she's turned to therapy, holistic health, and personal development as ways to cope and grow. Healing is a journey, she said. And for me, it's about breaking cycles, learning to love myself, and being the best mom I can be. Motherhood remains the central pillar of Farah's life. Her daughter, Sophia, born in 2009, is now a teenager herself. Farah has been vocal about her unconventional parenting style and the backlash she's received. She homeschooled Sophia, allowed her access to social media at a young age, and frequently includes her in business endeavors. While critics argue she exposes her daughter too much to the public, Farah sees it differently. I want Sophia to be empowered, to know her worth, and to never be ashamed of who she is, she explained. Their relationship is visible on social media, where Sophia often shares her own perspectives and experiences. Farah sees this transparency as part of the modern parenting journey. She believes in honest conversations, even if they make people uncomfortable. There's no manual for this, she said. I'm doing the best I can, and I'm proud of the woman my daughter is becoming. In 2022 and 2023, Farah made headlines again, this time not for a reality show or an adult film, but for her advocacy work and returned to education. She enrolled in classes in trauma and mental health, expressing an interest in becoming a counselor or social worker. She spoke at mental health summits and partnered with organizations that provide support to abuse survivors. I've been through a lot, she said, and if I can help just one person feel seen, heard, or less alone, then it's worth it. Farah's story is one of contradictions. She's been called both a trailblazer and a cautionary tale. But perhaps that's what makes her story so compelling. She doesn't fit neatly into any category. She's a mother, an entrepreneur, a former reality star, a survivor, and a woman who continues to evolve publicly and unapologetically. When asked about regrets, Farah is reflective but not remorseful. There are things I would have done differently, sure, but I learned from everything. And I wouldn't be who I am today without the mistakes, the heartbreak, the risks. As for the future, Farah is focused on growth not just financially, but emotionally and spiritually. She plans to continue her education, expand her business ventures, and eventually write another book. She's also open to returning to television, but on her own terms. I'm not looking to rehash the past, she said. If I do TV again, it'll be about where I'm going, not where I've been. Her resilience is perhaps her most defining trait. In an industry that's quick to discard and forget, Farah has managed to remain relevant, even when she's not trying to be. She stayed in the conversation because she never stopped creating, reinventing, and pushing boundaries. For all the judgment she's received, Farah Abraham has also inspired people, especially women, to speak up, to take risks, and to live authentically. She's shown that success doesn't have to look traditional, and that it's okay to be flawed while still striving for better. Her journey is far from over. And as she continues to redefine herself, one thing is clear: Farah Abraham is not done telling her story.